Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T26E4 SuperPershing. It's a Tier 8. Or is it Tier 7? No, it's Tier 8, definitely. American medium tank, a premium one, and it's located on the north spawn of Ruinberg under the command of Marky 12. Okay, game started. Now, the SuperPershing came about because during the war, they needed extra armour for the Pershing, and so they took armour that had been taken off a Panther, and they applied it, applique-like, or welded it onto the Pershing to give them extra armour. So you don't really want to aim for that heavy armour on the turret, just underneath the, around the gun mantlet or around the edges of the turret, or the front or lower plate of this vehicle, because it's very heavily armoured. But you do want to hit just underneath the armour, or if you can, try to penetrate that cupola on top, because those are the weak spots. It's got a 90mm gun, which is capable of 240 alpha, and Marky's being a bit cautious here. He's got a defender coming up just around the corner, and really that's got a 122mm gun with 440 alpha, so he doesn't really want to have to exchange rounds with him, but I think he's going to have to. And he's side scraping, and well, no, that first shot wasn't very good. You see he's pulled back to stop any return shot, but pulling forward, so he's not truly side scraping as such, but it does give other enemy tanks a false sense of security to try and fire at the lower plate or the upper plate of a SuperPershing, because it is so heavy, the armour. In fact, he's having to push that AT-15 back out of the way, because I think he considers this a bit dangerous trying to get a shot in there. The AT-15, well, he's got a 17-pounder gun, and he's already been hit in the cupola already, which is his weak spot, but Marky's keeping his powder dry for the moment. Good use of the right hand mouse button to have a quick look behind him without changing the orientation of the gun. And that's a sure sign that somebody is a very good player. If they don't move their gun when they look behind them, it shows that they're pressing down the right hand mouse button and then doing a quick 360 or 180 to have a look, see what's behind. Good shot into the FB4202, and he bounced the return round. Here we go again. Look at that, went straight through the driver, and he's taken him out of the game. So he's got his first kill. And I don't know if you've noticed, but one of our teammates, ZB Panda, has actually turned blue. Yes, a Chimera. He's killed one of our own team. And we'll have to find out later on in the game who it was he actually killed. Ow! Now, that one did go through, and the defender got one through as well. In fact, it was a SuperPershing who fired at him. And now he's taking a whole bunch of tanks, some of them going into the tracks. Okay, his tracks are back up, and he puts a round into the defender, who's now one shot, funnily enough. I mean, it's so funny because it's amazing that a tank like that would lose so much in the way of hit points, and it's the defender on our team who takes the kill. And we did lose a fair bit of hit points there. The defender had a slightly low roll on one of his shots, but you can see that the enemy T26E4 did very well. Actually got two high rolls, 298 and 245. And I think both of the shots actually went into the lower plate, did they? Yes, you can see the shots there. One of them actually directly through the lower plate, one went through the mantlet of all places as well. I think you can see that, yeah? There it is, yeah, there's a hole in the mantlet. Okay, I've got a T28 prototype and a Progetto around the corner. Progetto should be able to pen that, no problem, but he has got those three shots. Just need to pick the right moment to attack him. Oh, prototype's in the way. He did get a hit into the prototype. I think that's because of the angle he was playing. Now, the AT-15's moving forward. Even though he's only got 17 hit points, he's not afraid of dying. Can't deny his courage in doing that. Now we are 2 up on the enemy at the moment. And I reckon it's probably about time to actually consider moving up with the AT-15. We do have the defender with us as well. He hasn't got much in the way of hit points though. There's a 110 there. Chinese heavy tank. Okay, AT-15 was low on hit points. I think he just overextended, but we could side scrape off his wreck. And that would give us an advantage. Oh, no, he's pulled back. I don't understand why he's not moving forward. He obviously knows he's going to be detected. We've lost the defender. That 110 was being very crafty, using the wreck in the opposite direction. Score's still even. And I think the enemy is now at a disadvantage. They've lost the field. And they only really have a holding action going on in the town. So I think the enemy have lost this. If we can hold the 110 and the others here, the other enemies, the T28 and the Progetto, then they will lose because our guys will come out behind them and that will be the end of the game. He just needs to hold that 110 here and the T28 and the Progetto. He's just being very, very cautious at the moment. I think I'd be more inclined to go down there now and, well, the T28's still there, but he's a one-shot. The 110, he's not a one-shot, he's a two-shot, but if we keep him interested, he's going to stay there. And that's when the Carnarvon's going to catch him out. There is an AMX M449 as well. But we do have some tanks who could go around the enemy. We know where 4 of the enemy tanks have been located. There's only 7 left on the enemy team. So there's 3 we don't know about. The Arty. Oh, no, they've just lost their T28 prototype. So they're now down to 6. So we do know where 3 of the enemy tanks are. We don't know where the Arty, 1 of the medium tanks, and 1 of the heavy. Oh no, we know where all the heavies are. That's right. So it's really the medium tank and the tank destroyer that we don't know about. And the medium tank is the T26E4, and the tank destroyer is the Charioteer. They're the ones we don't know about. Now, our team should start pushing now because they can go through the field, get round behind these guys. Oh, they've let the enemy get the advantage now. The enemy's Arty got the kill, took out our 112. Here comes the 110. He's just trying at the moment, poking to see if he can provoke a shot that will give him the gap he needs to get at Marky. But Marky's not going to fall for something like that. He knows exactly what the guy's up to. Just stay there, Mr. 110. Let the others get behind you. Our GW Tiger P has gone to a very unusual position because he can't really be effective except on that Progetto if he comes up to the corner. In fact, actually now he's backing up, he's going further up the road. The Chimera's coming down on our right. So it looks like he's going to poke round the corner and see if he can get shots on the 110. We've lost sight of the 110 now. Oh no, he's still there. Oh, in fact, no, it's the M449. So where is the 110? He's gone. He could be coming round to attack us from behind. It could very well be. The Lorraine's just taken a big hit. I watch out your rear, Marky. I think the 110's coming round behind you. The T28 prototype of ours is moving up, so if he spots the 110 coming down that road. Okay, so he's covering our posterior. Here comes the M449. Goes for the lower plate, doesn't get it in. Now bury your nose and oh! Now he goes for a weak spot and he gets it. But he needs some help now. He needs the T28 prototype. Bounces around and takes him out. But now he's in a bit of a bind because he's quite squeezed in there. And the 110's actually gone after the Chimera. And that's going to give Marky the chance now to go after him. So it's 2 against 1 on this corner. That's it. And one more shot should be enough. The Chimera needs to come around the corner now. Finish him off. He's doing it. Yep, he gets him. So ZB Panda redeems himself by getting that kill. And now there's only 2 enemies remaining. The Charioteer and the T26E4. And both have been seen in the east side of the map. The Charioteer's just killed our Striv S1. But he's headed over to the east side. He's going to the village. I reckon the T26E4 is probably up there as well. Right, everybody's heading back to Cap. Even the GW Tiger P, well, what's he doing? No, he's heading south. Oh, Marky's waiting for the Charioteer to come to the Cap. Here he goes. Wait for him. Wait for it. Now he didn't. He actually went up to the road further up. And that indicates to me that he's taking a position so he can snipe at us as we come back to reset our cap. Or to get at them. And I rather suspect that T26E4 is going to try and do the same. If he's not already there. Okay, using the rubble for cover. Chimera's using that landmark, or the column for cover. Or the base of the column. Now would be a good idea for the T28 prototype to go to the cap. Go to the enemy cap and put some pressure on them. Because they have to return to reset. I'm a bit surprised that the GW Tiger P is taking up the position he is, but there again I suppose he can get shots on the enemy if they do poke their noses out from that little corridor. Because he's in direct line of them. There is the T26E4, yeah, and a good shot underneath the armour, directly into the driver's port area, which is a weak spot there. And he gets another one in. And Frank Markey just blocked the shot there. He's wiggling about like mad to throw off the shot. Go for the cupola. No, didn't get that one through. I think that hit the armour. You need to... It's a more difficult shot. Goes for the one... Oh, Charioteer goes down to one shot. Nicely done. Now, cupola all weak spot. No, he didn't go through it. And you can see that T26 is having a devil of a job trying to aim at Markey. Now, Markey ought to go for the driver's port. Oh, the Chimera does it. And that's the end of the game. I would say go for the driver's port area, because that was the area that Markey was getting the most hits on, but that was a good game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Markey 12 and the T26E4 SuperPershing. He managed to get a bruiser medal, a spotter badge, duelist, fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4, a fire effect and a shell proof. And he also picked up a steel wall for blocking the most damage in that game. And he certainly did block a lot of damage. And he certainly used the armour of the SuperPershing quite effectively, except for that moment where he poked out around the corner just a bit too far. And the enemy just basically tracked him and then nailed him with several penetrating shots. But other than that, it was a very good game and very effective. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, didn't get the highest damage. Note that went to the 53 TP Markovsky Go. He got 4,441 hit points of damage in that game. The next highest score after that was the Object 252U Defender, who got 3,058. When it came to Markey, well, he got 2,779, so there was no slouch. He was doing damage. Third highest damage in the game. When it came to kills, though, he was second, joint second with the Chimera. Both got 4 kills apiece, but the high score was that 110. He got 5 kills in that game. And when it came to base XP, well, it was top for Markey, 1,356 out of that one. The 53 TP Markovsky Go got 1,171, and the Chimera 1,083. He fired 18 rounds, got 16 direct hits, 13 penetrations, damage of 2,779 hit points and all of it at close range. He received 13 hits from the enemy, so he qualified by at least 2 shots to get the steel wall, and 4 penetrations, 9 non-penetrations. Just goes to show how good that armor is. You really do need to aim for the weak spots on a Super Pershing, because if you don't, you're going to find it very difficult to get through that armor. He blocked damage of 1,810 hit points in total, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did damage assistance of 1,634 hit points. On a free-to-play account, he earned 72,130 credits, got 36,065 from personal reserve bonus, so his grand total came to 108,195. And after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he took away 75,882 credits. He received 1,356 base XP, got a bonus of 136 XP for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 1,492 altogether. I think there's something missing there, because those two don't add up to 1,492, do they? Yes, they do. I'm wrong. My mistake. Yes, they do. Normally, it's what replays actually makes a mistake on the additions, and I thought for a second that doesn't look right, but it is actually. Let's have a look at the personal stores again. Personal score. Well, yes, it was a decent game, and he did get a kill on his on the Super Pershing in the town, but he didn't get a kill on that other Super Pershing. He did 474 hit points of damage to him, but again, it was probably more difficult trying to get the shots into the right place at range than it was in the town, where the other enemy was actually staying out in the open long enough to allow him to put holes in him. And that AMX M449, well, he just made a bit of a mistake going balls deep at the time he did, because he just effectively drove up to Marky, and then of course Marky's going to use his armor most effectively to make sure the M4 pays for it. So, great game. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel and hit that notifications button so that you get alerted when we put a new video up. We put new videos up most of the day. In fact, most days we're probably putting about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 replays a day. I think at a pinch we did put on one day something like 28 replays in one day. Obviously we won't do that again because it's a bit naughty to overload people's inboxes, but we do get a lot of replays sent to us, and we don't really want to disappoint some of our members by not doing their replay. So yes, we do put out quite a few. So thanks for watching.